This conference will now be recorded.
Next, Sujit.
Hello, is it audible?
Morning, Sujit.
Yeah, good morning,
Yes,
Sujit.
Good morning. So, what is the status, guys? Did you complete yesterday's part? The task what I given on flow reference, I think I given a small project, some assignment, I can say, not project actually. So, is it done?
Yeah, done, sir.
Only two people. Shalini, I got your message. Only other person, only one person. What about others? Manju, Nisha?
Yes, yes, Sujit, I have started. I mean, like, it is not yet completed. I have started already.
me
Okay,
neither. I've just started it, but I didn't complete it.
okay. So I just want to remind everyone, since is the first, today is the first is the date, and Honda had to pay the second installments or waiting for the salaries. So to pay the second installment of the fees, please complete the payments, guys, today, just as a reminder. Okay, so shall we start our session? Today we are going to discuss about our first module, Java module. Okay, so let's assume some Java developer has given a class to you, right? And you are going to invoke the methods present in the class. As an integration developer, you may going to connect with multiple applications, but internally, some other team person has given a class to you. There is a requirement that you need to use the methods present in it. That means you need to consume the methods present in it. Okay. So for this, you're not required to know. You are not going to create any Java classes first of all. Okay. First, you need to understand that part. There are a lot of modules in Mule. Out of that, Java is also one module. So what are the modules we have seen till now? HTTP is the module, right? And what else? Of course, socket is the module, but we have not configured it. It's a default module. Apart from that, Java is the module we are going to start with today. Okay. So here we have few connectors. So what are the connectors? Like invoke static, new, invoke. So by using these three connectors, we are going to connect with the Java application, basically not Java application, basically you're going to consume the Java class file. Okay. So first, you need to understand how it works in a Java. Then we will move on to how we can replicate the same thing in a Mule application as well. So how many of you are aware of at least the basics of Java? If you're coming from computers background, definitely in your curriculum also uh, you may get Java concept basically. I am from electronics earlier in my BTech, so I have theoretical knowledge at least in my curriculum about a Java. So tell me now, how many of you are aware of Java? Basics I'm talking about. Not required
Yeah,
to
I'm aware.
create a class files, not that type of knowledge. I'm just asking about what is what, at least how many of you are aware?
I'm aware.
Guru Raj, only one?
I am
I'm
also
not
Only
aware
aware.
of
one.
it. Yeah.
Okay. So who and all are not aware, no need to worry about it at all. Okay, just what I'm going to say, just visualize it. Okay, visualize it, and I'm going to replicate the same thing. Okay, yeah. First, Shalini, what about you? Santosh, not aware
Uh,
of
I am.
Yeah,
I'm
basics.
aware,
I'm
Sujit.
not aware.
Okay. So let's take, there is a class file. It's a Java class files. In Java, we'll write a class files. So who and all are aware of Java? Can you please tell me what is a class? What is a class?
It is a template actually. Template for creating the objects.
Exactly. I will write that as a template. Any other words I can give?
Blueprint.
Exactly. Blueprint. Correct. I hope who are not part of a Java, they might have aware of what template means, what is a blueprint means, guys. Yeah. So we can refer the class file to that. Okay. Let's take one example. In nearby, in coming days, we are going to celebrate one festival. What is that festival? Hindu festival, I can say. What is that festival? Ganesh
Ganesh
festival,
festival.
right? So at least in your childhood days, okay. Nowadays, I don't know how it is happening. In your childhood days, at least, to do some puja and all, you will bring some idol to the home, right? From where you will bring, you will go to the market. In the market, there you can find out number of idols with the same kind of a features. Agree with me? In a shop, if you go to purchase an idol, there you can see number of idols with the same kind of a features, same kind, same size, isn't it? How the idols are created? What is the idea they used? They will sit and create individually one by one, or how? How all these idols are
They
having the
they
same size, features? Raghu, you need to check your mic. It is giving a lot of trouble. Yes, others also please respond. No, this is a
Using
general
mold,
question, not technical. This is a general question.
using
Yeah.
molds.
So they will use mold, correct? Once the material is stuffed into that mold, once they extract it, they will get the same kind of an idols. Right? Same features, same size, and everything. So, what is the meaning of a mold? Can I refer that as a template or a blueprint? Hmm? I need a lot of responses for this session because it is totally
Yes.
interactive. So, mold, can I refer that as a template? When I refer that as a template, I'm referring the template as a class file. So, in that case, this mold, can I treat that as a class? Right? What and all are the idols I created out of that mold? Can I treat that as an objects? Yes or no? So now at least a few people who are not from Java background, they are able, I mean, are you guys are able to refer to what is a class and what are the methods? Sorry, what are the objects? Yes, no?
Yes.
Yeah. So now let's take, I'm going to create one class. I'm going to create one class of an employee. Create one class for an employee. All the class file will refer with a dot class file name. Employee dot class. Okay. So before that, how many types of methods we have in Java? Who are from Java background? They can tell types of methods.
We have
Hmm.
static method,
So static method and
non-static.
non-static method, right? So in this employee class, I want to declare two methods, one with static and one with non-static. So first, I want to declare a static method. So how I can represent that is a static or that is a non-static, on what basis? Before the name of the method, I will write static as a keyword, right? How many keywords are there? Around 53 or 54. Exactly, I don't remember. That many keywords are there in Java, right? Out of that, static is the one keyword. Static is one keyword. So by representing static keyword, you are telling to the runtime. We'll call that as a Java virtual machine behind the scenes. You are telling to the JVM, this is a static method, right? I will name that static method as get all employees. Get all employees. Okay. And there is one more non-static method, get employee by name. So do I need to refer the one more keyword like non-static before the signature of the method? Signature means the name of the method and the return type. This is called signature. So I will call this is the signature of the method. So tell me now, if I want to write one method called get employee by name, so should I represent a non-static as a keyword?
No,
Not required. If you don't write anything before the signature of the method, automatically my JVM will understand it is a non-static method, right? So I declare two methods. Basically, any class file contains variables and methods. We are discussing about methods, not about variables. Okay. So variables can be represented as a properties, and methods are nothing but behaviors, the functionalities. Okay. So now main idea is here how to invoke this static method, how to invoke this non-static method in Java. Same steps will be replicated in your Mule application as well. So how to invoke a static method, how to invoke non-static method. Yes, please. Any syntax are there to invoke a static method?
No
Yeah,
syntax.
no syntax. Okay, how we can invoke static method then?
Static method can be invoked even before creating the object. Yes.
Ah, that's what. There should be some syntax, right? To invoke it. Directly by using a class name, can I employee dot get all employees? Is it not invocation? I mean, to invoke a static method? Yes or no?
Yes. Yes.
Right? So directly by using a class name, I can invoke a static method. Reason, okay. First, we'll discuss about invoking non-static also. Then I will differentiate between these two. Why the syntax is like that, and for this invoke and non-static differentiate. So tell me now how to invoke a non-static method. I'm not getting a much responses. Who I think few from Java background here. Yeah, tell me how to invoke a non-static method.
We need to
First
have
step, first step, we need to create an
Object.
object. First, we need to create an object. Next,
Call that object with that method name.
no, I mean, create an object. Take that object into some reference. Take that
Yeah.
object into variable. In layman language, I can call that as a variable. In Java, we'll call that as a object reference. Okay, object reference. So next step, with that object reference, with the help of that object reference, invoke a non-static method. Invoke non-static method. Okay, so these are the three steps. Now, why the difference between these two like this? Why invoke static method when you are invoking a static method only one step, invoking non-static method multiple steps? See, behind the scenes, everything is a memory allocation, right? Everything is a memory allocation. For example, let's take this is a memory as a whole. Okay, it's a memory. There are a lot of areas like method areas, stack area, heap area, where the methods will be loaded, where the classes will be loaded. Like that, everything will be differentiated. But I don't want you to confuse with all these areas. As a whole, I will treat that as a memory. Whenever you try to run the class, employee class, that will be loaded into the memory. Okay, that will be loaded into the memory. All the static variables and all the static methods will be loaded along with the memory. So what is the class name? Employee. So if I want to invoke one of the static method, where it is present? An employee class. So employee, in that employee dot reference and static method. And how many static methods are there? That many static methods you can invoke by using a class name. So this is straightforward. Then when you come to the non-static method, first it is asking to create a new object of a given class. Okay, so what is the syntax to create a class? Sorry, the syntax to create an object, new object? Maybe like this. Is it a syntax to create a new object, right?
Yes.
What is the meaning? That is important. Why we need to write the syntax in this fashion? See, I think around 53 keywords I said, right? New is one of the keyword out of the three. I mean, out of the 53, right? So when you just declare a new, you are telling to JVM, okay, I want to create a new object of what type? In a memory, there could be a lot of classes like employee class, student class, company class, like that. Many classes may be there. So how you can tell to JVM that you want to create a new object of employee type just by declaring the class name here. So I'm just declaring employee is a class name. So by using a new object, new connector or a new keyword, I am telling to JVM to create a new object of what type? Employee type, and with the help of a constructor. Constructor is one of the predefined method in Java. Constructor is one of the predefined method in Java, which will represents like a class name. So we are going to create a new object of employee type with the help of this constructor. So this constructor is having a brackets where it will take some arguments, input arguments. Okay, if you don't write any arguments in that brackets, what it is represented as? What type of constructor it is? Default constructor. It is a default constructor. If you pass parameters, we'll call that as a parameterized constructor. For example, let's take, I want to okay, so there are some variables like id, name, company name. So which variable can I can consider that as a static? I can refer that as a static. Which variable I can consider that as a non-static? Please tell me. ID, name, and company name. Which
Company
field I
name
can tag it as a static? Yeah,
company
please.
name will be static. ID and name will be non-static.
Exactly. Because if I want to create a new object, for example, I'm creating a new object like E1 and E2. Two objects I want to create. So ID, will it be same or not same for each and every object? Not
It's
same.
different.
It's a different. So can I refer that as a non-static? Yeah. Separate memory to be allocated for each and every object. Okay. Name will be different. So again, separate memory to be allocated. It is a non-static. When you come to the company name, is it same for both the objects?
Yes, it's yes
So
fixed.
can I share it directly from the class static? Yes. No need to allocate a separate memory for each and every object here. We can refer that from the directly from the class file, right? So if I want to create an object with only ID and a name, I can pass the parameters in the constructor. It will create an object with only ID and a name. If you're not passing anything, it will create an object with all the three fields. So that is the difference between parameterized constructor and default constructor. We'll go with the default. I want to create an object with ID, name, and a company name, right? And by using this statement, can I conclude one object got created in a memory? Yes, one new object got created, right? But now, uh, if I want to access that particular object in a memory is having a lot of locations. So can I name that object location? If you see, if you are staying today in X location, daily your friend want to, I mean, your friend is visiting a home. Suddenly over the night you change from one location to another location. Your friend want to visit your home. So what information you will share with him?
The address.
Yeah, that's glad that some other batch people tell that I'll share the location of the maps, Google Maps, which is indirectly nothing but an address only, no? So you'll share address of that location, right? In Java, we should not call that as an address. We'll call that as what? Object reference. In layman language, if you want to understand, I will take that object into some variable like emp. So the variable name is emp, the value is object. So I am storing that object in a emp. Okay, now second step got completed. Third step, with the help of that object reference emp dot reference, so I'm going to invoke a non-static method. What is the non-static method? Any, I mean, if you have multiple, you can use you can invoke any. Right now I'm having a get employee by name. Clear? Yeah, guys, is it clear? Who are from non-IT? Step 1, to invoke static method directly by using a class name. To invoke a non-static method, first we need to create an object. Then take that object into some object reference. With that object reference, invoke a non-static method present in it. Simple. Same steps we are going to replicate in your Mule application also. Clear? Shall I move on?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So now I mean, you are a Mule developer, you get some requirement. There is one class file. Okay, there is one class file named as a stock code service. Okay, some Java developer has given this class file. In this class file, we have two methods, static and a non-static method. Static and a non-static methods. You are going to invoke these methods by using a Java module. Okay, so this is a requirement. So what is the API you will be generated for this? What is the API you are going to generate? This is your REST API for your Mule application. So to invoke a static method, my idea is I want to create a two flows. One is to invoke a static method and one is invoking a non-static method. Okay, so can I map like get, for understanding purpose, slash static is one endpoint, get non-static is one more endpoint. Can I refer like that? This is the functionality of this invoking a static method. This will map it to invoking a non-static method in the flows. If any of the method is expecting some input parameter from the client request, from the postman when you are sending the request, if static method expecting some input parameters like query parameters or like that, client will send the input request. So let's take, if the static method is it is expecting some query parameters, I will say like query parameters required. Here also query parameters required. This is the API. For this API, I'm going to create flows. Okay, let's start. And what is the class file they have given and how to invoke that methods, all these things I will show you once. So till now we created the project on our own and we created the XML files and I mean we assumed everything and we created. From now onwards we are going to start with the modules, right? I hope everyone downloaded the workspace and the lab documents. Anyone here without that documents in this session? Because from now onwards we are going to explicitly work with these documents. Yeah. So
I'm yet to download Sujit. I will do that.
okay, please download it. Okay, so that you can start with. Once you download that zip file, document zip file, you will be having a two set of subfolders. One is lab docs, where you can see all the lab documentation. Out of that, first document Mule basics, with till now whatever I discussed, like extracting query and URI parameter, that is a part of that. And second one, today we are going to discuss about a Java module, right? So this Java module, that is the lab documents. And when you come to the workspace, there in the demo session I told I will be following a start and solution project approach for each and every topic, right? So we are going to work with one predefined project here, 02 Java module start, and solution is already part of the document. I mean whatever the requirement I have given in the document, that is a solution for that. And a start project is an empty project where you need to start everything from the scratch. So we are going to import these two projects from the workspace, sorry, from this file system to your AnyPoint Studio now. So how to import any projects? Go to the file, import any point studio, expand any point studio. So any point studio project from file system. If it is in a file system, you can download that. If you have any jar file already, then you can import by using a packaged mule application, which is nothing but a jar file. So I'm going with in this, it is there in my file system. So click on next and browse for that location where it is 02 Java module start project. Always it go with the perform update. Maybe when I design it was the previous versions of the connectors may be there, so it will ask you according to the latest system and all. If you want to perform an update, you can go ahead and perform an update there itself, automatically updated with the latest connectors. So I imported a start project, right? Let me import a solution project also here. For just for only this purpose, only for this topic, I'm importing a solution project also, just to demonstrate one more concept. Okay, so now let's close this XML file, which is already uploaded. So I have, okay, now in the package explorer, if you can see how many projects are available, responses please quickly. On the package explorer, how many projects you are able to see?
3.
3.
3, right? Easily are able to identify which project is related to which topic. First
Yes.
2
Yes.
are related
Yes.
to Java module. Next one is related to Hello World project, like that. For example, let's take you have 1,000 projects in the package explorer. It's a mixed with a lot of topics like database topic, like web service consumer topic. So multiple projects with multiple topics are mixed. If you want to retrieve one of the project out of that, definitely you need to go with all the 1,000 projects. We need to look up for all the 1,000 projects here. Yes or no? Correct?
Yes.
So it is very tough to retrieve a project like that. So what is an idea? Why can't I group the related projects together under one folder? You know one thing, all these projects by default behind the scenes are placing under one folder called other projects folder by default. Whenever you create any project, internally there is one folder called other projects folder. If you change the view from project view to folder view, you can see that. Okay, so right now I'm in a project view, change it to folder view. Basically the idea is what, creating the folders, and that I mean in that folders I can I mean group related projects. So now you can, if Neeraj, I'm getting some echo. Is it from me or you are asking any some question? Okay, so here you can see here 3 dots. If you click on the 3 dots, right now the view is what, project view. Change it to working sets view. Working set means folder. See, by default, if you click on OK, you can see what is the folder, other projects folder. Okay, I didn't create it, just change the view from project view to folder view. If you expand that, you can see, and under the other projects you can see 3 folders. There's 3 projects. Okay, now I want to create an individual folder for topic wise, and I want to place it. So quickly I will go to 3 dots, configure working set, and new. I will name it as 01 HW. I will select that Hello World project. I will add to that one, and also I want to create a new 02 Java. I will click on Start and Solution, Add, Finish. So you can see now I can easily identify which topic is related to what, which project is related to which topic otherwise. Yeah. Now I will go with the start project of a Java module, right? So let me create one new XML file. Before that, let me go to the SRC main Java, where you can place all the Java files and class files. If you want to create a new package or new class files, right click on that new, you can create a package. Under the new option you can see all this information. Okay, so I have one class already which is nothing but stock code service. See, my idea is not, I mean, please understand, my idea is not make you to understand about Java and all. No, my idea is how to invoke already existing Java class by using a Java module in Neo, right? So that's the reason I have taken a very simple class file here. Same like any complex class file also you can invoke in the same way, right? So stock code service is the class name. Under that I have two methods. One is say hello is the method which is taking two input arguments. Okay, one is get stock price is the method where it taking one input argument. Okay, and say hello is a static type. You can see before that name of the say hello I have written static as a keyword. So for the non-static method I have not written any. Okay, simple class. Now if you are consuming this or invoking this say hello method, is it expecting name and city attributes? That means basically the values. So for example, if I pass a value called name equal to Sujit and city equal to Hyderabad, so in return what it will be given? Hello Sujit from Hyderabad, right? Similarly, get stock price. Stock price is one variable where it is expecting. If I pass some value like IBM, some text, it is using a if else condition here. If IBM dot equals, if the value whatever I pass, is it equals to so and so string? If it is equals to so and so string, it will return 100. Okay, else it will go to else if condition. Here again it will check for whatever the string here given, is it matching? If it is matching it will give 200, otherwise it will give stock does not exist. Nested if else condition, it is written here, right? So by using the Java module I'm going to invoke these two methods. Just you need to replicate what are the steps we are learn in this picture. How to invoke a static method directly by using a class name, right? First we'll see how to invoke a static method here. Okay, so based on the API, what could be your client call to this application to invoke a static method? What is the API exposed? I think I'm using 8081 slash static is a keyword, and it is how many arguments it is expecting? Two arguments, right? Both should be in a string type. The type is string. So expecting query parameters. For example, uname equal to Sujit and ucity equal to Hyderabad. Okay. So first, in order to listen to the request, what I need to configure? I need to create one new mule configuration file. Under that, I will give us Java demo. Okay, just I'm giving a file name as Java demo. So here I need to add. Okay, first of all, we need to use HTTP listener to listen to the request. Guys, are you able to follow me? Very silent
Yes,
audience today. Yes.
Yes, yes.
Not completely, Sujit.
Why? What is the reason?
No, I mean, I'm following it, but not completely. Like the intention behind every step, like this previous step when you were creating it, just want to understand that part.
Which
I
part?
understand the flow that you're doing, but before that, when you're created the previous, I think I missed that part. When you added some Java module or something like that, right?
Did you join late today?
Yeah, I did.
Maybe that is the reason. I think in the starting I talk about that.
Oh, is it okay?
Yeah.
Then I have to listen.
So basically, some Java developer has given a class to you internally in your project. So somehow you need to consume that methods present in the Java class. Okay. So how you are going to invoke? Since it is Java application, they have given one Java module, right? So how you are going to consume the Java methods present in the class file by using the Java module. Around 150 plus modules are there. Out of that, we are going to use a Java module here. So we have few connectors. How we can make use of that connectors in that module? So that is an idea. So that is why I created one Java class file. In your real scenarios, you may get some Java class files. So by using module, how you are going to consume that? Okay, that is an idea. That is the reason first we discussed about how it work in Java first. How we can invoke the methods present in Java class in a Java, right? Same steps we are going to replicate in the Mule application. So that's why we have decided we dedicated half an hour time for how it work in a Java. Okay. So
Yeah.
since whenever you are in a Mule application, you need to think in an event perspective. So in order to listen to the request from the client, first of all, we need to create a connection. So as per the API call, what is the endpoint which I map out to invoke a static method? Slash static is the method. I mean method in the sense endpoint, which is mapped to what is the functionality. First I'm going to invoke a static method, right? So the meaningful name I will give for the flow name also. Invoke static. Okay, you can give any name, just the functionality of this flow will represent the name of the flow itself. Next. So as I told, I'm going to invoke a static method, right? We need to add a module. How to add any module? Go to the add module section, Java module, just drag and drop here on the left side. See, automatically is it added as a dependency in your project as well, right? So out of that, a few connectors are there. You can ignore the validate type, that is not much important. Invoke, invoke static, and a new. So I want to invoke a static method. Which connector I can use? Straightforward, you can see here. Invoke static. So you can read what it says. Operation that allows the user to invoke a static methods with the provided arguments. If you want to pass some arguments, okay. The identifier of the method to be invoked include the class and the method names. As I told, if you want to invoke a static method directly by using a class name, we can invoke it, right? So that's what the identifier method to be invoked includes the class and a method names. Okay, automatically you need to select if you have multiple methods in this class file, static methods, you need to specify which class you want to invoke. Okay, being the method a full description of its signature includes what type of each parameter. So in our class file, what is the parameter? Two parameters is expected. One is name and one is city, right? So I've just drag and drop the invoke static connector here. Now, what are the configurations you can see? Just replicate the same steps. First, we need to give the class. First, we need to load the class, fully classified name of the class containing what? Just I hover the mouse onto that again.
Containing reference method.
Containing referenced method, right? So where is that method which I want to invoke? I mean, what is the name of that method? Static method. Say hello. Which in which class it is present? Stock code service. Since it is there in the SRC main Java, we can consider as a build path. So just browse for that location where that class file is present. If you want to create a new class file by using a plus sign, you can create that, right? So just go to the browse option. What is the class file name? Stock code service under this package. Just select that. It will be in a cache memory now. And under this class, what are the static methods present? How many static methods are present? As of now, only one. So you can see automatically in the method section, the method names will be loaded. If you have multiple methods, from the drop down, you can select and you can use that. Okay. Now, from the stock code service class, I'm invoking a say hello method, which is taking two input arguments, name and city. So what is the structure of an event before the invoke static connector? Before the invoke static connector. If my client is passing this value, What is the structure of an event, guys? I'm talking about an event which you are very much familiar.
Attributes and payload.
Of course, yes, Knight. What happened? Others not able to understand or what? I asked very simple question. No? What is the structure of an event before the invoke static connector? That means what? My listener will listen to this request, converts into event. What are the values present in that event based on the input request? You are very much aware, right? What happened? Manju, Neeraj, Nisha, Raghu,
Attributes
Santosh, what's happening?
attributes will be present.
So attributes, two input query parameter attributes, uname and a ucity, right? So somehow I need to fetch the values from the attributes and then I want to pass it to this method as an input arguments for this name and city arguments. So if you want to pass any input arguments, you can see we can switch to expression mode and click on the graphical view where it will take you to the transformer view. Okay, so by default I'm in a third view here. There are three views, so you can see three perspectives. I can see 1, 2 and 3. So I'm in the last, that's why you can see only input section. If I click on the second one, you can see the output section, and if you can see the last part, you can see the scripting area also. So input, output and scripting area will be seen default structure. Let's click on the first one first. See, input, output, and scripting area. If I click on the second one, only input, mapping area is removed, only input, output, and scripting area, right? If I click on the third one, only input, and you can write a data view expression. But I want to go with the second option because output is also defined. You can see output metadata also defined, from where it is loaded from the method what I have given in the invoke static. So is it not expecting two input arguments? Say hello method, name and city. See, name and city. From where I need to pass the values to the name and city. In the event, we have a two query parameter attributes. See, query parameter attributes, query params, right? So automatically my invoke static is able to identify what is the previous component and what are the attributes we are going to get out of that. So all these are attributes related to HTTP message, right? So query parameter attributes are available. Now switch to the first view where you can see the mapping area also. What it says, drag and drop fields to build the transform. That means if input and output metadata are defined, then you don't need to write any data view expression on the right side. Just drag and drop from the left side to right side. Automatically it will write a data view expression. But it is not allowed me right now because on the right side you can see some error. Missing body expression. Some data view expression is missing. Okay. So what I can do, just place the cursor in the white space and use a control space bar. It will give the data view header over there. So this is the body which is default body which is missing there. So select the data view header. Okay, the syntax should be there. Now just drag and drop the query parameters onto the name. Now see, automatically it is written instead of writing from your side. Attributes dot query params dot what is the key?
Uname.
Name.
Name is the key. And if you want to write one more comma separated, right? What is the, you can type it also. City attributes dot query params dot u city as string. As string is not mandatory. Okay, you can write its name and city. Some case while you're practicing, you may not able to see the name and city. Instead of name and city, you may see as arg0 and arg1 both are same. Don't try to modify from arg0 to name in the data view expression, which will lead to your failures or exceptions. So keep it like that because behind the scenes, argument 0 of that method is what? Name only. Argument 1 in that method is what? City only. So by default, it will be considered. Don't try to change the name attribute or city attribute if you are getting arg0 and arg1 as a input side in the right side. Maybe my data sense is not able to load over there. That is fine. Okay, that is fine. So now go to the invoke static and just have a look here. Yeah, this is the data wave expressions I have written. Now let's deploy this application and see what is the response it is going to give. Sorry. I think it's deployed. What is the response expected? Hello Sujit from Hyderabad. That means I'm able to invoke the method, static method, and I got the return value, right? Now how to invoke a non-static method? Here we have multiple steps involved. So first, my client is sending some request like this, non-static with some query parameter stock equal to IBM, okay, some text. So first, in order to listen to that, I need to configure again HTTP listener, and this time I will name it as invoke a non-static. I will use the same connection. What is the path? Slash non-static. And flow name also I will change it to invoke non-static. Okay. Next, what is the configuration I need to do? Just follow these steps. What is the first step? In order to invoke a non-static method, first I need to create an object. How to create an object? How you are telling to JVM that you want to create an object? By declaring a new as a connector, right? That means by declaring a new keyword in Java. But here under the Java there is a new connector, right? Which uses to create a new instance. Instance means an object. So just drag and drop the new. And again, whenever you're in a mule, you need to think in an event. Okay. After the listener, what is the structure, guys? Again, I'm asking the same question. If this is a request, we have one query parameter with stock equal to IBM. That is the input request. Okay. That is the attribute. No payload, no variables. Now, by using a new connector, I'm going to create a new object, right? So we need to tell to JVM what type of class, what type of object you want to create. So you need to load the class. So for this top code service, I want to create a new object, right? As I told, constructor also will look like a class name only. See, automatically is it loaded one constructor represents the constructor signature, contains the name and its argument types if you have any. If you have written any arguments, you can pass the arguments from here. So by using this new connector, can I say now object got created by using this constructor and by using this class name? Can I say now the object got created? Yes, no?
Yes.
What is the
No.
second step? Creating an object. Take that object into some object reference.
Object variable
Right?
class.
Object reference means variable. So how to create any variable in Mule 4? By using a set variable component. Generally we create a variable. But here in the new connector itself, they have given advanced option where you can store this object and you can give the name of that variable. So what is the variable? The name of the variable on which the operations output will be placed. Okay. So that means I create an object, right? On top of that, I'm going to invoke a non-static method. So what is the object variable name I can give? That means object reference name I can give. Short form of the class SQS, right? Now what I can do, object got created, taking that into some object reference. With that object reference, I'm going to invoke. So there is an invoke connector. Just drag and drop. What it says? Operation that allows, one second. Operation that allows the user to invoke methods with the provided arguments on the given instance. Instance means what? On a given object. The identifier of the method to be invoked includes the class and the method names. Similarly, like a static method. So I'm just drag and dropping the invoke method here, or connector I can say. So I need to instantiate that object now. So where is that object present? In some variable called SQS. How to extract that object which is present in a variable? Switch to expression mode. Yeah, what is the syntax to be used in order to extract any variable value?
Where's dot?
Where's dot. If it is already part of that variable, I should automatically get that here. If I click on a dot, am I getting that? Right?
Yes.
Stock code service. Now I want to invoke non-static method present in which class file? Just load the class file again, stock code service. So if I click on a drop down, how many non-static methods you will see?
One.
Only one, because I have only one static method or one non-static method. Right now, if I click on a drop down, I should see one non-static method. Many are there. Out of that, what is required? Get stock price also is available. What about others? From where I got that methods? Those are the predefined methods in a Java. Java means again what, how we got it and all. What is the parent class for all classes in Java?
Object.
Object class. It is also contains lot of non-static methods. Okay. Now what is our class name? Stock code service. Right? And I created one object for that stock code service with the name SQS. And this stock code service having one static, one non-static method, get stock price. Okay, so I have one non-static method get stock price and other non-static method from object class also. So when I want to invoke any non-static method SQS dot, I can invoke this method. At the same time, I can invoke the methods present in the object class also. So that means parent class for all classes in Java is what? Object class. All the non-static methods present in that also can be used, because that means those are inherited. So which method I can invoke now? Get stock price, and I can pass the arguments to the stock symbol through the arcs window. So switch to expression mode and click on the graphical view. And what is missing on the right side? Data view header is missing. From query parameters, you are expected that value. So query params dot, what is the key I used there? Stock is the key. If I send this value, click on done. If I save this application, what is the response you may get? If I send IBM, what is the response it should send? Go to the file.
100.
200, right?
200.
If it is view, 100. If it is not part of this two, then it should be stock does not exist. Let's see. $200. Stock does not exist. That means, can I say I'm able to invoke the static and non-static methods, right, by using a Java module? Yes or no? Right?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Is it not replication of what are the steps involved in Java language? Same steps. First, I invoke the static method directly by loading the class, right? And I invoke that. After loading the class, I just from the selector drop down, I selected the method which I want to invoke, right? Next, I create a new object by using a new connector, right? In that itself, there is an advanced option where you can store this object in a variable, which is nothing but an object reference. And finally, with that object reference, I instantiated that like where's dot object name, and I loaded the class file where the invoke non-static method is present, and I loaded that non-static method. Basically, I invoke the non-static method and I can pass the arguments to the args window where you can find out the data view expression mode. Clear? Now you can go to this 02 using a Java module project document. You just start practicing based on that, right? On Monday, we are going to discuss about how, till now we deployed all our applications on your AnyPoint Studio, which is an embedded runtime, right? So we will see how to deploy the application on a Mule server, by using a different deployment strategies. Okay. Yes.
Yeah, yes, Sujit.
Yeah, okay,
Okay
Sujit.
then.
Sujit, one
Thank you.
question. Can you go to
Yes.
AnyPoint Studio one, sir? So here, when you place that stock code services.java in that main source main Java, right? And when you're selecting the class, you will in the invoke or invoke static, the class name is selected com.way to learn online, whatever. It will
Package, that is a
automatically
package. Folder package. Hmm.
folder package. It will automatically come to know that it has to look for that in main source main Java.
No. See, that is the reason I told in the starting you should be aware of Maven. This is the Maven structure. So we will call these are also build path. Otherwise, there is a three dots after that. You need to browse for your class file wherever it is present. Okay. So since it is the build path, automatically with that name, what are the class files in the build path? It will be listed in this project. From there, you need to select based on the package. Package is given for what? For identification within your organization, and that is the reason you can see the domain com.waytolearn, not waytolearnonline.com, right? So that is the
Right.
Maven naming conventions and all. You should be aware of Maven for those. So for your question, actually, since it is there in build part, once you write a class name, automatically it will identify and it will show you there.
Okay. Got it.
Yeah. Okay. Okay
Yeah.
then. Thank you guys.